Hey everyone, we're the GloveTrotters and I'm Stuart.
And I'm Ramie. We love to travel, and lately that means traveling with my 91-year-old mom.
She's still going strong, but her pace and stamina definitely shape how we plan our trips.
In this video, we're sharing our recent Caribbean cruise and why cruising can be a great option for travelers with limited mobility.
We'll walk you through how we choose our excursions, what works best for us, and how we make sure that everyone is having a good time.
If you're traveling with an older loved one or planning to, this one's for you. Let's get into it.
All right.
We are Ramie and Stuart of the GloveTrotters, happily retired and traveling one adventure at a time. When planning what kind of travel is best for your older senior, start by understanding their limitations and comfort level. Consider their interests, physical ability level, and dietary needs along with any budgetary constraints. For my mother, all of these considerations led us to embrace the advantages of cruising. On board, the environment is safe and comfortable, all necessities are easily accessible, all dietary needs are met and exceeded, the destinations are amazing, and all at a reasonable price point. After extensive research and testing a few different cruise lines, we found ourselves increasingly choosing Princess. Whether it was cruising Alaska or a transatlantic adventure, Princess has continuously delivered fantastic experiences for each of us. We've traveled all over the world with Mom, but she'd never been to one of the most popular destinations, the Caribbean. We wanted her to experience a sunny, relaxing, and easy vacation. We also like to visit new places, so we found the Princess Cruise, 8-day Eastern Caribbean with St. Thomas, with 4 different ports, the perfect fit. After a Port Canaveral, Florida departure, we would spend a couple days at sea before arriving at the U.S. Virgin Island of St. Thomas. The next 3 days would be spent on St. Maarten, followed by San Juan, Puerto Rico, and then Grand Turk. Another day at sea, and then back at Port Canaveral. The Sky Princess is considered a large mainstream class ship with the capacity to accommodate 3,660 passengers with 10 decks holding 1,830 cabins, with a total of 19 decks. Once you get your bearings, it's really easy to get around the ship. There are 3 elevators located conveniently at the front, middle, and back of the ship on virtually every deck. The hallways throughout the Sky Princess are spacious, and the entire ship is handicap-friendly. You even have hands-free, easy access to your stateroom. There are plenty of places to sit and relax throughout the ship and enjoy yourself. It's a very relaxed and friendly environment, with 1 staff member for every 3 passengers, so help is always nearby. When choosing your stateroom, our first advice is to get a room near one of the many elevators. You have several options for your stateroom, starting with the spacious suite, our favorite mini suite, a balcony room, an ocean view room, and a surprisingly comfortable and certainly more affordable interior option. Princess provides a medallion for each guest that auto-detects your presence as you approach and unlocks your stateroom door. Our mini suite room was 323 square feet, starting with a good-sized closet, shelves for storage, and even a digital security safe. There's a full bathroom which can include a handicap-friendly shower, a queen bed with nightstands on both sides, a desk with a chair, a few shelves and drawers, plus a mini fridge. There's a sofa that converts every night into a bed, and 2 wall-mounted flat-panel high-def TVs. The room walls are made of sheet metal, so we recommend getting these magnetized wall hooks for quick access to frequently worn clothing. The highlight of the room is definitely the balcony, accessed by a sliding glass door featuring 24/7 views. There is also a 24-hour room service available upon request. The rooms are quiet, peaceful, and quite spacious enough for the 3 of us. The Sky Princess, like all princess ships, is best known for its cuisine. There are 3 main dining rooms, where you can be seated and enjoy a 3-course meal selected from a varied menu. In addition, there are several specialty and casual dining restaurants, each with its own focus, such as steaks, seafood, sushi, and our personal favorite, the always delicious Alfredo's Pizzeria. On the main pool deck, you'll also find more casual options like the Salty Dog, serving classic hot dogs and burgers, or the perfectly named Slice for a quick bite. The most popular option is the World Fresh Marketplace, better known as the Sky Princess Buffet. To start your day, there's endless bacon, sausage, and eggs, bagels and lox, fresh fruits, and all sorts of pastries for breakfast, including a self-serve coffee and tea section. For lunch, there are meats and cheeses, fresh vegetables, made-to-order pasta, a variety of fresh fruits, and even chips, guacamole, and salsa. Dinners always feature various cultural cuisines, from American and Indian to Asian and seafood delights, and it's always best to leave room for some of the most delicious desserts you can dream up. The buffet even has a gluten-free section. Throughout the ship, there are a variety of gourmet options ranging from specialty coffees, exotic desserts, and homemade sandwiches. You can get Italian gelato at Gelatos, but for the best soft-serve ice cream on board, be sure to visit the always popular Swirls. If you have any unique dietary needs or special requests, the Sky Princess will accommodate you at every turn, always with a smile on their face. There is always something to do aboard the Sky Princess, especially for seniors. The Princess Theater hosts large events, including musical performances, port talks, game shows, and cultural lectures. The Vista Lounge offers everything from morning aerobics to trivia contests and even a Hotel California tribute to the Eagles. Princess Live features art and wine auctions, cruise previews, and classic games like bingo. At the heart of the ship is the piazza, a lively gathering place where you can enjoy games, square off against the ship's staff in Jenga, attend formal night festivities, learn to dance, and even pour some champagne with the captain. The Princess Casino features tons of slot machines and card games, including the popular High Card Flush. A variety of craft classes and live cooking demonstrations are offered throughout the cruise. You can find fine art galleries and auctions, photo galleries to capture your favorite cruise memories, and even an internet cafe. The Sky Princess features 8 different bars throughout the ship, from casual drinks above the piazza to relaxing options on the sky pool deck, and there's always a crowd around the Princess Live Cafe. You have several options on each of the middle decks as well as the Wakeview bar located aft and our personal favorite, the Retreat bar, towards the front end of the Sky Princess. The Sky Pool Deck is another popular gathering area for relaxing. There are pools and hot tubs, morning Tai Chi, movies under the stars, and a perfect place to enjoy a morning rainbow at sea. There are 4 pools to choose from. You have the 2 pools on the main Sky Pool Deck, the peaceful Retreat Pool, and the aptly named Wake Pool with a view that never disappoints. Add to that a total of 10 hot tubs spread around the Sky Princess, found in both secluded and more private spots and in more socially active areas. A family favorite is the Last Day at Sea ritual ice carving performed by one of the kitchen staff. Always fun for kids of all ages. The fitness center features free weights and an endless supply of treadmills and ellipticals. The 19th deck is dedicated to mini golf. Just below that is a basketball court that also doubles for pickleball. Surrounding the court is a jogging path that encircles the aft end of the 18th deck. For special treatment, there is the Lotus Spa always ready to pamper you. When finished, you can enjoy the tax and duty-free shops of Princess, featuring everything from clothing and jewelry to souvenirs and suntan lotion. Note that shops are always closed whenever in port. There are dedicated areas for kids and teens, including 3 age-specific youth clubs for ages 3 through 17, along with a fun arcade center. Finally, for a premium cost, you can access the exclusive sanctuary and enjoy some well-earned, restful solitude. When traveling with my mom, it was important for us to choose our shore excursions carefully, so do a little homework beforehand. You can book your excursions online, or you can do it on board at the shore excursion desk. But trust me, the earlier you book, the better. And if the tour is already sold out, get on the wait list. We actually got added to a tour the morning of because there were a few last-minute cancellations.
Cruise lines rate their excursions by difficulty, so it's best to look for those that are marked easy, which usually involve a minimal amount of walking and typically flatter terrain. The excursions that are rated moderate usually just means more walking, more uneven surfaces, or a lot of times just more steps. So remember to review the description before you actually book. We've done a number of moderate excursions with Mom, and she's handled them really well for the most part. But the challenging part seems to always be the steps. So she always brings a walking stick for extra support. That seems to work really well for her.
When you sign up for a princess excursion, your tickets will inform you on where and when to meet. Be sure to let your tour guide know you're traveling with a senior, as accommodations such as early boarding or front seating may be available. On our Caribbean cruise, all the excursions met right on the pier. But in Europe, it was actually a little different. A lot of our tours met on the ship, usually in the theater or one of the main dining rooms. We were escorted off a little earlier than the rest of the group, which was huge because it gave my mom extra time to disembark and get settled into the tour bus without feeling rushed.
Now, if you do have a little bit of time in town, hop on, hop off tours are a great option. It's really the best way to explore the town at your own pace. That allows you to control the amount of walking that you end up doing. We usually do 2 loops. For the first loop, we stay on the bus the whole time to get a feel for the city. We note which stops look interesting. Then when we go around the second time, we know where to hop off. But before you jump off, though, it's best to confirm with the driver when a bus will be around at that stop again, so you can schedule your time accordingly.
Some ports are super easy to explore on your own, and if you go to the port talks on board, you'll get so much useful information. Seriously, don't skip those. One thing we always do is download maps on our phones while we still have internet, so we can use them offline once we're actually in port. And a nice bonus on our Caribbean cruise, the port guides had QR codes on them, so we could download a digital version of the guide right to our phones, which was really convenient. We began our 8-day Eastern Caribbean with St. Thomas cruise in Port Canaveral, Florida. Our first couple of days were spent at sea. By the time we arrived at our first port, we were ready to do some exploring off ship. Our first port was the beautiful U.S. Virgin Island of St. Thomas. Princess offers 28 different excursions, from catamaran sailing and snorkeling to an afternoon on the beach. We chose the easy activity Paradise Point aerial ride and mountaintop, most of which was scenic drives with a few special stops. On the pier, we were greeted with an early morning rainbow and a 10-minute downpour before boarding our transport. After a 20-minute drive up narrow roads, our first stop was the Charlotte Amalie Overlook, with stunning views of the bays and Channel Islands below. A quick hello with a local donkey and one last photo op. We climbed even further till we reached the newly renovated mountaintop. Legend has it that this is where the first banana daiquiri was created, but we were more impressed by the pirates and massive tourist trap gift store. The payoff is a bird's eye view of Magens Bay with St. John and the British Virgin Islands in the distance. A cool bonus were the few iguanas sunning themselves in the trees just below the viewing platform. Our next stop was supposed to be the 700-foot ascent inside the St. Thomas Sky Ride, but they literally blew a fuse and had to cancel our ride. We settled for some shopping at the Havansite Mall and a beautiful sunset from our room's balcony. The following day, our port was the Dutch and French island of St. Maarten. The excursions offered by Princess included rum tasting, horseback rides, kayaking, and even a schooner ride. We chose the more sedate Best of St. Maarten, where we circled the island, starting with Philipsburg on the Dutch side of the island. We had a quick walk on the pier with our tour group, followed by our first stop, the Orient Beach Lookout Point at Coralita Beach. Our next visit was the white sands of Orient Beach itself, with its parasailers, jet skiers, and beachcombers. Another iguana sighting, followed by a stop at the beautiful Marigot Bay, a cool Christmas tree, and an amazing banana shake from a local street vendor. Continuing around the island, we entered the French side and the most famous part of St. Maarten, Maho Beach, where the Caribbean Sea and white sand serve as a dramatic stage, where thrill seekers cling to the perimeter fence to withstand the intense jet blast of departing aircraft, while others take in arriving planes descending just above the water's edge. After another photo op and a short drive south, filled with beautiful coastline and pipe organ cactus, we reached the St. Maarten National Flagpole with amazing views of K Bay Cove, the man-on-chair statue, and a local resident searching for its next meal. Then it was back on board and yet another rainbow. One of our favorite ports on this cruise was San Juan, Puerto Rico. With excursion options ranging from scenic rainforest drives to walking and food tours, the Best of San Juan excursion was the perfect fit for us. After a short walk along the colorful pier, our first stop was the Capitol building and the Walkway of the Presidents, which honors each U.S. president who has visited San Juan while in office. The highlight was definitely the San Cristobal Castle. Our tour took us through an isolated tunnel into an expansive courtyard next to barracks, water cisterns, and colonial cannons. There are amazing views of the city from the south end of the courtyard. From the tower section, you can see the Capitol to the east and views of the ocean and Castillo San Felipe de Moro to the west. Flags of the colonial Spanish military, Puerto Rico, and the United States fly proudly overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. A quick exit from the fortress, and we drove around the Puerto de Tierra section of San Juan featuring brightly colored art and some active surf. Our final stop was the Plaza Colón with its towering tribute to Christopher Columbus and a leisurely stroll along the high-end boutiques and galleries of the Calle de la Fortaleza with its multitude of pastel-colored buildings and cool local shops. A quick visit with a few colorful macaws and a last view of the fort, then back to the Sky Princess for another beautiful sunset. Our last Caribbean port was Grand Turk with its wild donkeys and beautiful beaches. With dozens of princess excursions to choose from, like dune buggy tours, duck boat, and whale watching adventures, the charm of Grand Turk by Open Air Tram was the perfect fit for us. The cruise port was a wonderfully flat, colorful with compact space, perfect for finding your tour guide or just shopping. Our open air transport was ideal for traveling around the island. After a cool welcome sign and multiple wild donkey sightings, we visited a local memorial park, then continued up the coast along Front Street to Osprey Beach with its tourist traps and the pristine water of the Atlantic Ocean. We continued north and east until we reached the northernmost point of the island and the weathered Grand Turk Lighthouse. This historic cast-iron tower is surrounded by level grassy grounds and short paths that made for an easy walk, allowing you to enjoy the stunning cliffside views without having to worry about steep hills or difficult terrain. And yes, we were greeted by even more donkeys in the parking lot. Back at the cruise port, we have the highlight of our visit, the Grand Turk Beach. With the cruise ships towering in the near distance, the water is perfect and the pristine beach stretches as far as the eye can see. Back on the ship, we could see Governor's Beach in the distance as the sun set on the pier. After another relaxing day at sea, saw us back at Port Canaveral and the end of our Caribbean adventure. Over the past year, while exploring the world with Mom, we've picked up a few helpful tips that have made traveling together a better experience for each of us.
To start, always bring some kind of photo ID along with your ship card, or in the case of Princess, your medallion. You'll always need them to get on and off the ship, and occasionally even cruise terminals ask for ID as well. On Princess excursions, we usually carry our driver's license, but when exploring on your own, you might also want to bring your passport. It's unlikely, but if the ship takes off without you, you're going to need your passport. It's never happened to us, but it's best to be prepared just to be on the safe side.
We use air tags for our luggage, but my mom also carries an air tag in her purse. It gives her peace of mind, knowing that if we get separated, we can easily find her. Bring some cash for tipping your tour guides and drivers and for making small purchases where cards are not accepted. Also, bring coins for restrooms, especially in European countries.
Experience has taught us to always have comfortable, reliable shoes. Even if you're just walking short distances, sometimes cruise ports and some excursions, particularly if you're visiting old towns, have uneven pavement, cobblestones, and sometimes you just end up walking more than you expected.
Dress for comfort, not style. In the heat, lightweight clothing, a hat, sunglasses, and breathable fabrics help regulate body temperature.
We definitely recommend scheduling your outings earlier in the day when your seniors' energy levels tend to be higher and temperatures are generally cooler. Also, pay attention to your senior and know when it's best to call it a day. You're better off heading back to the ship early to rest, relax, and even enjoy some of the less strenuous things you can do on board.
Along the way, take advantage of every restroom opportunity. Facilities can be limited once you leave tourist areas or begin an excursion. There are times when we've stopped off at a cafe and purchased a coffee or cold drink to be able to use the restroom. Remember, many countries, especially in Europe, charge a small fee to use the WC.
Get in front of any hydration issues. Bring refillable water bottles so everybody stays well hydrated, particularly in the Caribbean heat. If you end up waiting outdoors for any length of time, look for a shaded spot where your senior can rest comfortably. Ramie always packs an umbrella, but it's not just for the rain. It also provides shade for her and her mom on those hot, sunny days.
Bring essentials in a small day bag in case outings run longer than expected. It's a good idea to bring along any necessary medication, a small first aid kit, and small snacks like trail mix, granola bars, and dried fruit.
Yeah, we recommend always being flexible and building in extra time and let your senior move at their own speed without feeling rushed. This way, your senior can take things slow, grab a seat in the shade whenever they need a breather. Stay open to changing the plan. Ensures that you're staying fun, stress free. Everybody's having a good time.
Note the all aboard time for excursions. Set an alarm on your phone so you're back well before the ship's departure time, usually 60 to 90 minutes before the ship sails. One of the advantages of choosing a princess excursion is they guarantee no matter what, the ship won't leave port without you and your tour group. Cruise ships are designed for all ages, but are particularly well suited for seniors. On board, rooms are never far from the elevators and stairs, and every stair and ramp has sturdy handrails. Even excursions come with extra help, so getting in and out of buses, boats, and the ship is safe and easy. Most areas of the ship are fully accessible for wheelchairs and walkers. Entertainment venues have handicapped seating at the front and back, so everyone gets a great view. If you need medical care, there's a medical center on the 4th floor, and services are always available, even for unfortunate emergencies. And just to be safe, we always recommend travel insurance. A little bonus that everyone can really appreciate: laundromats on every stateroom floor. Super convenient, especially on longer trips. Our Princess 8-day Eastern Caribbean cruise was perfect for my mom and highlighted how senior-friendly cruising can be. She made new friends, loved the balcony, strolled the decks, never missed a meal, and enjoyed the pace of the excursions. Seniors can relax or move around freely throughout the ship. Whether you want a quiet escape or an active experience, cruising allows flexibility. You can explore independently, join group activities, or simply enjoy time on deck. This combination of convenience, comfort, and choice makes cruising a great option for seniors and first-time travelers alike.
We hope you've enjoyed exploring the Caribbean with us as much as we've enjoyed bringing you along.
If you'd like to join us on more journeys with my mom, visit our YouTube channel and check out videos of other trips we've taken with her.
And if you've ever traveled with an older loved one, we'd love to hear any of your tips. Please drop them in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe so you can come along on our next adventure.